Big Ray, it's still wonderful with it, as you know. Anyway, just wanted to give you a heads up. The OneWrestling.com offices are totally snowed in, so I'm doing my stuff down here at the Aptors Alley, and I can't get out to the New York office. So the New York office, as I mentioned, is closed. So I'd like you to go into what you call Big Ray's boudoir, and which is your studio, and do your show from there. All right? Just want to let you know that Wonderful Willie loves what you do with OneWrestling.com and Big Slam Nation, if you will. All right? Talk to you later. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is OneWrestling.com, and this is your TNA Impact Wrestling Report for 2/9/2017. Yes, February 9th, 2017. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to say this. I've been calling this for weeks. Listen, if you're a fan of me here at OneWrestling.com, if you're a fan of me over at WrestleZone.com, the Impact Rebellion with Yalla bin Hameen, I've been calling this what happened between Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. What am I talking about? Well, you're going to have to basically go in and check, the end of the video. So you got to kind of watch the whole video to find out what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, man, as you heard at the top of the hour, not even the top of the hour, the top of the video. Why did they say the top of the hour? It doesn't really matter. But yes, man, we're all snowed in here in New York City. Bill Apter couldn't come in. That was the voice of Bill Apter. And, thank you, Carl, for being here as always, the steady hand of OneWrestling.com. Carl, my cameraman. Thank you very much for being here, my friend. Listen, there is a whole lot of TNA Impact to go over, guys. If you want a little more detail on what what I'm talking about, I'm going to give you a little more information towards the end of the video regarding what's going to happen tomorrow, Friday, depending on when you're watching this video. This video is being recorded 2/9/2017, right after TNA Impact Wrestling. And my good God Almighty, this was a crazy show. And we start the show off with the Broken Hardies, and basically we have with Matt and Jeff backstage with Rebby and King Maxwell. And King Maxwell is eating. He's eating carbs. Matt says you're not supposed to eat carbs. You got to eat protein. And by the way, I'm doing the video here. Usually I'm going to be doing the videos at the offices of OneWrestling.com. I usually work late there, but just so you know, guys, I'm snowed in. I got hot chocolate over there cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to chill. I got Jennifer. She's in the other room. It's fantastic. It's going to be a beautiful day, a day off here at OneWrestling.com. Not many days off. We work 24/7. It says on the logo if you actually look at it. But anyway, so look, man, the Broken Hardies open up the show. And again, King Maxwell, he's eating some carbohydrates. And anyway, Jeff says, well, it can't be that bad. Says, I'm paraphrasing here because, he's undefeated. Well, that he is. And Jeff seems to be concerned because he wants to know if the seven deities basically, what do they have? What do they have in store for the Hardys? Well, Matt says, basically, seven deities haven't been wrong. I don't know why Jeff is totally questioning him, and he seems uneasy about something. But Matt says that the seven deities will definitely clear up any questions at the end of the night. Well, now we move on to the ring. We got the DCC, and we have Cowboy James Storm, who comes into the ring with the DCC and cuts a promo and says that he's basically hot and bitter over the treatment that Eddie Kingston, him, and Bram have had over the last couple of years here in TNA Impact Wrestling. And he starts calling out everybody from the roster. He calls out everybody, and he especially calls out the big mouth Eli Drake dummy. Yeah, well, he does. And Tyrus, his big bodyguard. Well, Tyrus comes out, and he basically calls them out, and he says he wants to go 3-on-2. Well, this is what basically happens. All hell breaks loose. And we cut to commercial, and we come back, and there was a match. This is the DCC versus Eli Drake and Tyrus. Now, it was a pretty decent match. The pace of the match actually slowed down a whole lot when Tyrus got into the ring. Definitely slowed down. But Tyrus, looking like he worked like a monster, and that's what big guys are supposed to do. There was a point in juncture where we had Cowboy James Storm who started mocking him, doing the whole Funkasaurus gimmick. Oh, Tyrus did not like that at all. Now, I have to preface by saying that when Tyrus accepted or when he challenged the DCC to a 3-on-2, Eli Drake wasn't too happy about it. And Eli Drake actually showed how happy he was not, because Eli Drake left his big tag team partner, stranded. Storm hits the last call super kick. Eddie Kingston gets the pin with Storm's assistance as Storm also hooks a leg. So it was a two-man pin, 1, 2, 3. The DCC go over. So I'm wondering If there is a possible face turn for Eli Drake, I don't think so. It's a heel-on-heel thing. TNA, they don't do things the way normal wrestling companies do them. They do a whole bunch of different, well, you're going to see. There's a lot of craziness going on today, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I talk about what happens with the Hardys, so on and so forth. But Brandy Rhodes, green as a banana, hanging off a tree, cuts a promo backstage, says that she wants to set an example how a knockout should act and how they should present themselves, so on and so forth. And she's going to make an example of Rosemary, the TNA Women's Champion, or the TNA Knockouts Champion, which is probably not the smartest thing in the world. Okay, well, we further go somewhere else backstage. We have Braxton Sutter, and he, he sees Allie, and Allie is, Allie looks to be all disappointed and sad, so on and so forth. You know how Allie is, and they go for the same water, and their hands touch, and it's just a beautiful moment. But then, of course, Maria comes, and she demands her coffee. Now, Allie says something funny. I thought it was funny when she says, "Well, do you want regular coffee, or do you want whiskey coffee?" I can go for whiskey coffee right now, but I have a hot chocolate going, so. But yeah, man, definitely, man. And Braxton Sutter gets into kind of a situation, a conversation with Maria where it looks like Braxton Sutter is going to have to propose. Yeah, I said it. He's going to have to propose to Laurel Van Ness. Now, listen, I've been saying this every single week, Braxton. If you don't want a piece of that young lady, if you don't want to propose to Laurel Van Ness, I mean, you got my number. I mean, we've communicated on Skype a bunch of times, so mutual friends, Ben Hameen. I'm a good guy. I mean, what, Jen? Shut up, Carl. Shut up. Nothing, honey. Shut up, Carl. Anyway, you got a big mouth. You know that? You're lucky behind that camera. After this, we're going to talk. Anyway. So what? It is what it is. Anyway, she's beautiful. What do you want me to do? I can look. Anyway. Rosemary comes into the ring. Well, actually, Brandy comes to the ring first, and she basically, long story short, they go in. Oh, look, here we go. They go into the ring. Brandy's cutting a promo, and by the way, Brandy looked amazing. She looked fantastic. And I almost lost my train of thought, by the way. And I'm being real. I'm not going to edit it out. But the fact is that, Brandy's calling out the champion, Rosemary. And Rosemary, she's nuts. She comes into the ring, but she doesn't come into the ring alone. She has the Decay with her. Seriously. I mean, she's got these two monsters, Crazy Steve and Abyss, with her. Anyway, long story short, they go back and forth, man. And Rosemary ends up putting her in a guillotine chokehold. And who makes the save? Moose. I had to do it's kind of like an off-balance ADD type thing. Anyway, so not ADD. What is it? Obsessive compulsive disorder. AC. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But listen, seriously, and I'm not making fun of anybody because I kind of have that stuff. But here's the deal, man. Yeah, Brandy gets choked out. She's saved by Moose, and the Decay back off. But this is not good. This is not good at all for Brandy. I think Brandy is in deep trouble. And where's her husband? Anybody? Where's Cody? Oh, at least she got a big friend in Moose to defend her. We move on, and we have Aaron Rex. You have to sing his name. Allegedly. And Spud is singing his name, and not too bad. I mean, you could do a little better there, Spud. It is what it is. But listen, man, he said some pretty funny things. First and foremost, and I'm going to quote this. He says, "Bad hair." This is Aaron Rex. "Bad hair, I don't care. Fake tan, not a man." And Robbie E is the reason why God invented eyelids, which was absolutely hilarious. We move on, and we have Brandy Rose backstage, and she says she wants a mixed tag team match next week. It's probably going to be Abyss and Rosemary, I think, versus, and she called herself Mini Moose. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so we got Robbie E versus Aaron Rex. You got to sing his name, and the fans were chanting his name. And Aaron Rex cuts a promo in his canary yellow knee pads, and again, Spud is singing his name about 10 times. Got annoying. But Robbie E comes down and interrupts them with his crazy new look, with his long hair, looking like a peacock. Oh, maybe Dodo Bird, I don't know. But hey, they put over the entire match that he's crazy now, that Robbie is crazy. Anyway, he ends up chasing, that being Robbie chasing Aaron around the ring. And Aaron basically sucker punches. Anyway, of course, Spud eventually will interrupt and ends up choking Robbie E outside the ring. The finish comes when Robbie E has Rex by the legs, and he actually drags Aaron Rex as he's trying to get out of the ring into the ring, but attached to him is who's attached to him all the time, and that's Rockstar Spud. And he comes into the ring now. Robbie E goes to attack and beat up and then kind of kick the ass of Rockstar Spud when, of course, the whole tape gimmick. Aaron Rex hits him with the power of the punch, or the loaded punch, as Josh Matthews put it over for the 1, 2, 3. So a right hand, and it's a man with a tan on the can. That is. Bad joke. I'm sorry. Rebby and Brother Nero are backstage, and they seem again uneasy about Matt's. I can't do that. No, I don't need any water, Carl. Thank you. Premonition. Seem a little uneasy, but Matt assures them that it will be magic and wonderful. I'm sure it will be. A stressed Braxton Sutter is backstage, and I got to tell you something. He's getting a pep talk by Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett says, the Miracle Mike Bennett, that is, says, listen, man, you got to do the right thing. I know it's uneasy, and I'm a married man, and Braxton's like, how do you deal with Maria? And I mean, obviously, she's hot. But anyway, yeah, man, I mean, Braxton Sutter goes, you know what? I'm going to do the right thing. You're right. Good job. And Miracle's like, I'm so good. I'm so good at this. I don't think they were on the same, wavelength or anything. Rebby Sky is on the piano, and she plays with the very handsome and apparently on a carb diet, on a high protein diet, that being Baby Maxwell, strapped to her back as the brothers Hardy come into the ring. And my God, what a pop! And oh my God, it's so cute. Baby Maxwell is doing the delete gimmick with his little chubby fingers. It's amazing. Mac breaks down the Expedition of Gold and unveils that they have a new upgraded Vanguard, one that is able to teleport them anywhere all over the world. Jeff is confused and asks Matt, what are you talking about? Teleportation, so on and so on. Explain. Well, he explains that, they can end up anywhere in the world by just touching Vanguard 1. And by the way, guys, I'm not having the best receptions here, so I may have to do like a real rough edit or whatever, so I'm just biding my time here. Hopefully I can get this whole report out. But anyway, if they touch Vanguard 1, they can transport to anywhere around the world and face the Bucks of Youth in ROH, or end up in that travesty of a show run by Meek Mahan. Keeps mentioning Meek Mahan is worrying me about their contract dispute. We'll get into that a little, tomorrow, depending on when you're listening to this on the podcast over at Impact Rebellion at WrestleZone.com. They touch Vanguard 1, and they appear in freaking Tijuana, Mexico. Well, pedestrians walking up the street, and he goes, ¿Cómo llegaron aquí? What that means is, how the hell did you get here? And Matt goes, magic. Very good. Mahabali Shera facing Drew Galloway for the Impact Grand Championship. Round 1, Drew is basically getting his ass kicked the entire round. I mean, Mahabali Shera really, really beat him up pretty bad. And Mahabali Shera actually looked like he trimmed down quite a bit. Looking a little more, cut up. I mean, not totally cut up. He's a big, thick guy, but so on and so forth. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. But he wins the round by majority decision, 10-9. We go into round 2, and the round starts off with Drew Galloway hitting the big boot and some heavy chops, just totally commanding that match. I mean, that round, excuse me. And the champ finally, Mahabali Shera finally starts getting up the upper hand when Drew hits the Claymore kick and the Future Shock DDT for the 1, 2, 3. And goes over as your grand champion. Braxton Sutter is backstage with Laurel. Looks like he's trying to end things, trying to say, look, man, it's not gonna work. And he drops that bottle of water and he gets down to one knee. Big mistake. And Laurel Van Ness accepts his proposal. There was no proposal, but she accepted. And she's like, it doesn't matter if you're rich. I know you're not rich or anything. Daddy. It's not gonna matter. We'll work this out. And apparently Braxton Sutter's engaged. Who knew? Laurel, I mean, seriously, you can't take a hint. Anyway, the Helms Dynasty is in the ring, and they are celebrating the new champ, and Trevor Lee, the new X Division champion, Trevor Lee. And Lee cuts a promo on DJZ, putting him over, actually. And Helms actually, putting him over as the crown jewel, or putting himself over as the crown jewel of the Helms Dynasty. And Andrew Everett doesn't seem to be too happy about that. Shane then begins to put down Everett verbally, bashing him, saying that he is the weak link, and Andrew Everett takes the mat, takes the mic, and says, you know what, man, maybe you're the weak link. You're just an old dude living on some old history, on things you did a long time ago. And then he was attacked by Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee and both Shane Helms attack the young star, beating the living hell out of him, basically. And then, well, the Carolina Caveman hitting a jumping double, very athletic move, a double stomp to the chest of Andrew Everett, putting him down and beating him down. It looks like these two are going into a feud moving forward. Maybe there's going to be a new member of the Helms Dynasty. We continue on, and we got Matt and Brother Nero walking the streets of Tijuana, Mexico, and they are deleting the fans and writing on their foreheads and praying for them and blessing them and doing all craziness, and they're looking for the tag team champs of Mexico. And I noticed that in the background, they had a freaking 7-Eleven. You can get a freaking Slurpee anywhere in the world. And I wonder if they have... Do they have those taquitos? Probably much better than the ones we have here. I'm just saying. Anyway, next week, it looks like the Hardies in Tijuana, Mexico. I think it's the AAA organization over there in Mexico. They're going to be facing Psychosis and Super Crazy, the tag team champions of Mexico. I'm really excited to see how they're going to work that into the program next week. Dude, it's going to be really, really awesome, man. I mean, and it's going to be so cool seeing the Hardys going from company to company. I want to know what your opinion is, guys. Where do you think they're going to go next? Who do you think they're going to face next? You know they're going to face the Bucks of Youth. Where are they going to go? Japan? Are they going to go to Egypt? Are they going to go to South Africa? That's awesome. That is different, and I love it. And by the way, I have to say, and I left this out, when they touched Vanguard 1 in the middle of a live audience, they disappeared. They did. It happened. It was magic. We're going to jump into this heavyweight title match. It is Eddie Edwards versus Bobby Lashley for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Eddie's wife, Alicia, and Angelina Love, Davey Richards' wife, is also in the audience. And I said, weird. It was a solid match, but it wasn't what happened during this match. It's what happened after the match. And well, kind of during this match. We have Lashley who goes on to hit Eddie with the belt, but Davey Richards saves his butt cheeks once again by snatching the gold belt away from Bobby Lashley as he goes to attempt that illegal move while the referee's being distracted. A huge belly-to-belly outside the ring by Lashley, and the champ brings Eddie Edwards in the ring, and the champ is getting ready to go for a spear, and he goes for the spear, but he gets a Boston knee party to the face. Boston knee party, hashtag it, out of nowhere to the face of the champion. 1, 2, Davey Richards pulls the referee Hebner out of the ring. What? Dude, Eddie's like, what are you doing? Eddie is confused. What are you doing? Why would you do? I had him. Man, while the referee is everything is going crazy. And then finally you see Davey Richards, he's screaming, you don't believe in us? You don't believe in us? You don't believe in us anymore? Well, believe in this. Angelina Love turns around and sucker punches Eddie Edwards' wife right in the lipstick. Right in the lipstick. Right on the lipstick. Boom. Knocks her out in the audience. Then he proceeds to hit Eddie Edwards with the belt on the head while the referee is distracted. And then boom. Spear by Bobby Lashley. 1, 2, 3. Davey Richards and his wife proceed to go into the ring. Davey Richards takes his belt off and chokes Eddie Edwards, one of his closest friends for years, around the neck, while Angelina Love makes his wife, that being Eddie Edwards' wife, Alicia, watch on as his best friend beats the hell out of Eddie Edwards. Unbelievable. I knew this was going to happen. Davey Richards was just sick and tired of Eddie Edwards going over, being the champ, while he was injured, working hard to be injured. I mean, I can understand, but my God, what a night of TNA. I mean, I'm looking forward. This sets up amazing storylines moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I always say this. You can follow me here at OneWrestling.com, YouTube, /OneWrestling video. Follow us here at One Wrestling. Follow me at Big Ray Show on Twitter. Follow the legendary Bill Apter at After One Wrestling, and us as a family at Big Slam Nation. Of course, all the members here at Big Slam Nation, guys. The SmackDown shows, the Raw shows, the pay-per-views, everything we do here. Big Slam Nation, the show itself, it is awesome. And look out for TNA Impact Rebellion. Impact Rebellion at WrestleZone.com with Yala Bin Hameen and myself. He's my tag team partner, but we have not just one, but we have 2 interviews. And I'm not going to say who they are, but let's just say it's a double knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Look out for that at WrestleZone.com. Look out for me every single week. I always say this. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. And I love you guys. I love you guys. Hit me up on Twitter, guys. I love interacting with you guys. Give me a call. I mean, don't call me. Don't call me. I'm going to be busy, guys. I got hot chocolate. I got my beautiful girlfriend Jennifer over there getting ready to, hopefully I'll end up giving her a foot massage. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's going to be awesome. It's a snow day here in New York City, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you at the matches, in the words of Bill Apter, in the words of my brother Bill Schuyler. I will see you. Peace out, guys. Thank you for joining me here at OneWrestling.com. And look out for the Impact Rebellion Friday afternoon. Peace, guys.